Now, if you're ready to continue with me, we're gonna do a last change. So what we've done so far, we set up Yuke in a world. Yuke collected a few herbs and then entered a bonus room. Yuke went through and ate as much pizza as Yuke could, and then Yuke got this message that the new world was ready for Yuke. As we go back into it, we're gonna set up the same tile map as we had at the very beginning. This time though, instead of setting up the herbs, we're gonna set up only 8 spheres. To be more precise, they are spherical stones with the Ying and the Yang. It's a symbol belonging to the ancient Chinese culture and also Japanese, of course, which I'm sure you've seen it, but as soon as you see the picture, you'll realize what I'm talking about. So we're going to set up a specific number of tiles instead of using the randomizer as before. The idea for this course obviously is not just for doing this specific game, but is to give you more tools, more ideas to create lots of different games of your own. So let's delve in. You've got 2 options once again. If you want to follow me onto the yellow path, we're going to continue on the same project. If otherwise you wanted to create the green version because maybe this is a bit challenging, don't forget that all you need to do, really, instead of using level 3 function that I'm going to use, you change that with your start green block. That's it, nothing else, I promise you. It's very easy. If you'd like to use our code, don't forget that is linked in this lesson, so you can use our pre-made code, whether you're stuck and you want to use it so you can carry on and play, or if you just want to double check it against your code. Hope you're enjoying this, guys. Let's delve into the creation of level 3. Right, so I'm wearing my yellow meow bit for this part because it's a bit more challenging. So we're gonna call a new function, which is level 3. So we're gonna clean up what's missing from the previous one in case there's some pizzas left over, and then call the new level. So let's go first things first. And I'm gonna move up a little bit into some empty space, go to function and create a new one. This is simply gonna be called level 3, and that's it. So once I'm in here, I'm going to destroy the leftover pizzas. So I'm going to go to array and get the usual block at the bottom. The pizza is here, all pizzas, that's how we called it previously. Set the type to pizzas, and then we're going to destroy it. We using the same loop. I'm going to match it to all pizzas. So for element of all pizzas, what we need to do is destroy. And as we did before, drag the value onto here. Now, this is not 100% necessary, but it's good to basically clean up after ourselves so that the computer doesn't need to compute extra details, extra sprites, extra tiles that are not needed. I'm also going to destroy our character for the exact same reason. So I'm going to destroy UK. There we go, and create a new tile map. Now, because I'm a little bit pressed for time, instead of creating a brand new one, I'm gonna make a copy of the very first one. So just gonna duplicate, drag it around here, and here we go. This is it, job done. So now it's back on. What do we need to do now? Well, first of all, we wanna create a UK. Again, so I'm gonna go to UK, to sprite, set my sprite, go back to UK, grab the same figure that I had before, but this time I'm gonna change its hair color. Here we go, is UK, this time maybe it's gonna have what, red hair? Yeah, it was yellow, so let's go to red. Just gonna block here. Red and orange, that sounds quite cool. And orange here, and perhaps a little bit of yellow. Okay, so it gets a bit more fiery, more powerful monk, okay? Obviously, UK changes its clothes from time to time in between levels, and this. Okay, so we've got it. What we need to add, if you remember from the previous level, is the movement, which is exactly the same block. And don't forget, because this is much bigger, I'm gonna have to connect the camera. So I can just search for camera, as we did earlier, drag it in, and make sure that you match the correct sprite. So if you wanted to do the green adventure instead, all you need to do is forget these first parts, and in your brand new level, get a start block and basically start from this tile map. Start level, in case you deleted it by mistake, is at the bottom of loop. So it will look like this. Mine is all grayed out at the moment because I already have a start block, so I cannot use two, but yours, if you're using a new project, you'll be absolutely fine. So once again, please stop the video and go and complete these, and then obviously you can continue from underneath. Back onto the yellow version, so we're gonna continue on this, and we've got UK, we've got the buttons, we've got the sprite following us. That's absolutely fine. Now what we need is to lay down only a certain number of stones, and it's gonna be 8. I just chose 8 for this particular level. So I'm gonna use a loop, but I'm gonna use a different one. You see this one here? It says from index from 0 to 4. Here's a brief but very important interaction. In computer science and in coding in general, we do start counting from 0. Please keep this in mind. So if you count 5 friends, you would invite 5 friends to your party, to your birthday party. But if you were to create a for loop and you say from 0 to 5, well, you're gonna end up with 6 people. Why? Because 0 is a number, so this is 0. Here's a 1, here's a 2, here's a 3, here's a 4, and here's 5. Very important to remember. So now, if I want to lay down 8 stones, can you think of what number I should place in my for loop? So guys, I hope you had enough time. The correct answer was 7. I hope you guessed it right. And what we need to do here is create the yin yang. So I'm just gonna call it a stone, new variable stone. I'm gonna create a new yin yang, different type of spelling, but it should be fine. And then I'm gonna design it. Only thing I suggest is, because it's a circle, make it of an odd number so it has a center. Right? There we go. 8, 8 is a center. Perfect. Okay, as always, my drawing skills are not the best of the best, but the job is okay. So let's check into the code once more, see what happens. So 0 to 7 is going to create a stone, which is of type yin yang. And this is it, and we want to place it somewhere at random. So I now want to do 2 things. Number 1, I want to place UK on a random position along the path. So I'm going to scene, place my sprite on top of random, and use one of those tiles that indicate the path. Match it to UK, and the job is done. Same thing is going to happen for the yin yang, but these ones need to be inside the loop. In this case, it needs to be stone, and on top of random, I'm gonna put it on the grass. So guys, to complete this adventure, at least the first part of it, I would like to introduce you to one more thing. It's called a variable. It's a new item of coding that is common in all coding languages, and think of variables as boxes. The boxes can contain many different things: numbers, letters, images, whatever you wish. In this case, it's just a number. Why? It's because we've got certain numbers of yin yang stones, right? So when that variable reaches that number, then we win. So let's go and set it up. It won't be long. Just stick with me for a few more minutes. On this code, we now have 8 yin yang stones scattered randomly around the woods on these patches of grass. Okay, so first things first, we want to create a variable that says number of yin yang. And we want to initialize it, so we want to put it underneath here. Set number of yin yang to 0. Now, when we go and collect them, we use the same system as before, so it's an overlap. Here you go, is the mouth of the whale, and we overlap the player with the yin yang stone. So what do we need to do once we overlap? Well, first things first, we need to destroy the stone so it gets collected. All right, remember to drag and drop the drag and droppy things for drag and dropping. And just select one of your usual one. Let's go for confetti, 200 milliseconds. What next? Well, I need to set I need to set the variable by 1. Okay, so it's gonna get 1, 1, 1, 1. I'm gonna collect the first one. I'm gonna get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that's it. I'm gonna move this into a function with an if statement that says if. So we start with 0, right? If we collect all 8 of them, we're gonna win. So this every time is gonna check. So it says if, I'm gonna get the comparison. If the yin yang, the number of yin yang, which is under variables, you see here, you may have to scroll down depending on your screen's resolution, hits 8, we're gonna win. So we're gonna go to game and get our game over and go to win. Obviously, this is not the end of the game, it's just the end of the first section. Let's take a look at how this works. I'm gonna play for you real quick, and I want to 3, 4, 5, and so forth. We get to the bonus level, eat the pizza, but not too fast, remember? If you eat too fast, unfortunately, the computer cannot keep up. Let's see. Okay, the tummy is full. Yes, it is indeed. So we've unlocked the last level. New hairstyle. So, and a 1, and a 2. I'm gonna go through it in a boring way just to make sure I cover all of the 3, 4. We're approaching victory. I know there's no levels, no nothing, but it's quite important that we get the first mechanics of the game up and running. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is quite fun, actually. 5, 6, 7. Should be one more. 8. And we win. That's it. That's it. That's it. Hello, Steam Machines. I hope you enjoy this first part of the creative coding adventure. Don't worry if you didn't manage to do everything. Feel free to use our pre-made code. And if in some occasions you were just copying what we were doing without fully understanding it, not to worry, that's quite normal. It's the first time, so it takes time. New concepts takes time. They might need to be explained in a few different ways before you fully grasp it. Everybody was the same. I was the same. Don't worry, things will get clearer and clearer as we go through the course. So I wish to thank you for your attention and for your wonderful work. I'm sure your games are absolutely amazing. So far we had the story, we had the game, and now I'm gonna hand it over to Miss Yui for the soundtrack. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Get all of your music experience on, and I'll see you in the next session for the creative coding. Goodbye guys, this is Mr. Bear from Conducting Music, checking out from Momocuri, Steam Corner. Bye bye, see you soon.